And it's now that time, 6 o'clock on a Monday evening. And of course, this is where we get interactive with Ms. Joslyn Pierre as we talk health. Good afternoon and welcome to the studios of Magic FM, Ms. Joslyn Pierre, aka Ms. Joslyn Foray. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very good today.
You always have that smile. You always have that pleasant look. And you share it with people that is around you. That's good. Now we're talking health. What's on the agenda for tonight? We know that we are in the Christmas season and so on. And I don't know. What is it you're sharing tonight in regards to that?
We're doing everything Christmas, so we're going to be talking.
Christmas.
Yes.
Everything Christmas.
In relationship to health, of course.
In relationship to health, of course. We're talking about how you eat, how you drink.
And your lifestyle, general lifestyle in relationship to the food aspect.
Nice. And of course, the amount you consume. You know what I mean? We spoke about that already. You know what I mean? Not because it's Christmas, you're going to be making greedy or whatever. You know what I mean? Everything, all you have to eat because the fridge is packed. And it's a long time I haven't seen the fridge so packed. So guess what? Every little minute you're cooking, every little minute you're frying, every little minute.
And gluttony is a sin, huh?
Oh, Lord.
We don't talk about that, but it's
don't
a
be
sin.
gluttonous, Sonia. Don't be gluttonous.
You really, I mean, the religious community sometimes don't focus on that, but there is so much ill in gluttony because you're actually damaging your body. So you're actually killing yourself when you engage in gluttonous activities.
So elaborate on for the gluttonous people out there, the greedy people, the mob people, the people who like to eat a lot, more than they need to be consuming, especially around Christmas time. So
you want to, as we always say, moderation. And there are some special things you want to focus on. So you want to listen, you don't want to overdo it with your sugars. You don't want to overdo it with the alcohol, which is so rampant around this time. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to overdo it also.
The oil.
With your fats.
Too much of fry.
Exactly, with this ham and so. Mm-hmm. You want to listen on that.
So we're cutting down on the alcohol for the Christmas. We're cutting down on the pile of oil, and the pile of sugar, because we understand that we're looking at our health.
Yes.
We're taking care of our body. As you mentioned in one of the previous programs, we are owning back ourselves.
That's right.
And I mean, we're no longer lending ourselves to addiction. The people who they have a craving for a particular something, or that they just need to eat, or they just need to drink again and again. You buy a case of whatever it is, and you're doing like if you want the whole case finished before you could fall asleep.
Yes, they buy a whole case of beer, and before the evening is up, they and one partner lick it off.
Yeah, boy.
So you want to
and then the next day they talk about that. They talk about that like that was good, boy. You know?
That's
me and one man sit down and we drink 2 cases of beer just so.
So you're slowly mothering yourself. You don't want to do that. You don't want to commit suicide slowly.
You know, I want to have the law speak to these kind of things, boy, for gluttonous behavior. The people and them who are abusing the alcohol around Christmas time, boy.
Well, I know the law do speak to restrictions in relationship to alcohol. If it's not enforced, I think they're actually working on a law in relationship to the levels of alcohol. Because, you know, it affects every aspect of our health. So we really want to be careful. And it's a serious problem within the Caribbean now. So we want to focus on that. If as much as possible, if you're having 6 beers, let's cut it down to half for now, and then we start working on, lessen that amount.
That's unreasonable. That's unreasonable. You know what I mean? You're not making it too much of a big gap to say, oh gosh, boy, because I'm drinking 6 beers and now I have to drink 1. You cut it in half. Simple things on it. Simple things. And for me, I want some homemade wine, boy. Homemade wine. Big up my sister up in Boca, Madexia Smith and her mama. They be making a lot of nice homemade wine, and every Christmas I just get 2 bottles, boy. Personal thing, eh? Personal thing. No.
And it's great that you're talking about local, so making use of our local produce.
And Whoa.
This is excellent.
I'm excited to make some bad wine and bring from my boy. Every Christmas I'm bound to get.
Yeah, that it makes sense. Take a little, just don't overdo it.
Alright, so if we must be consuming some form of alcohol beverage around the season, would you say that it is preferred that we do the drinks that have more fruits in it rather than the strong cognac and hard alcohol beverages?
Exactly, and that's why you can and make use up your creative skills. So you can actually put a little alcohol. I'm not advocating alcohol, by the way, but if you have to, you make some things with your fruit. So you can do a lovely fruit punch and include a little bit of alcohol. So apart from the bare naked calories that you get from alcohol and the destructiveness that comes with it, you will be getting, hopefully you'll be getting a little vitamin C and some added nutrients that will help the body a bit.
Okay, nice. And the food, well, I know the last time we talked about green peas, we talked about sorrel, we talked about a number of things.
Actually, I have a little thing for green peas. So because a lot of times you like to do the stew, green peas, or remember it's pigeon peas, or green, if it's green or dry pigeon peas. So oftentimes we do a little stew peas and we add a little dumpling and so in it. So what you can do to, again, increase the nutritive value, you want to add some vitamin A there in addition to what you get from the peas. So in your dumpling, instead of just having the plain white flour dumpling, you probably can do some whole wheat or put a little oat in it, or even better for your children who don't like the carrots and so on, grate a bit of carrot and put it in the dumpling. And you can, so you'll have something healthier to eat.
Let me stick on carrot for a while. Because I find these days like, a lot of people just leave out carrots. Leaving out carrot, boy. And I remember in school they always say, well, carrot good for eyesight. And
it is an excellent source of what we call vitamin A, or it's a precursor of vitamin E. And vitamin A is excellent for helping our eyesight. In fact, it helps prevent the disease which we call night blindness.
I don't know about you, but for me, I love carrot juice. I mean, I have a passion for carrot juice, I'm telling you. It's just a pity that ingredient, they don't sell it in the supermarkets here. But like in the States and so on, you pick up your big bottle and so on, and you always have the carrot juice on the fridge. You know, I love me some carrot juice, and I love me some carrot cake.
And this is all excellent. Let's go back to the juice. So again, I always like to give suggestions. So you can make the juice. If you want to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more, for those who like the little fuzziness, you can include in your carrot juice a little bit of ginger, because ginger is in the season, it's part of our Christmas season now. So you can include a little bit of the ginger there. You can also include a little bit of the citrus in your carrot drink. Should be excellent. Gives it a lovely flavor and added nutrients again.
Nice, and I mean, the carrots is not hard to get. It's not that expensive neither.
Exactly, and we can grow our own carrot too.
Exactly.
And for those who say, no, I don't have any space, you can even grow it in a flower pot.
In a flower pot?
In a flower pot.
A carrot could grow in a flower pot?
Sure.
A carrot grow down into the earth, right? A flower pot. So it's going to grow down in that flower pot, and
and you have the leaves shooting out, yes.
In a flower pot, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, what else around Christmas? And I want to kind of talk with the poor people in mind, because it's very hard.
Well, and what you're talking about, I'm happy you use that, because that same carrot juice, I realize you just give somebody an idea there. They can start at home, use the same carrot juice and make a couple bottles and have it out for sale. Give their partners.
How do you make the carrot juice?
Okay, basically there are many different ways to do it.
I know when I buy it in the States and stuff like that, I don't know, to me like it have milk in it.
Oh, then you're talking about a smoothie or a punch. But there are many different ways you can prepare it, yes.
Well, tell us, educate us on some ways.
All right, so
bring us in the kitchen.
Great. So for those of you who, let's start from basic. So you may or may not have a blender. So if you don't have a blender, you can grate your carrots, right? And you grate your carrots, and you can now add a little bit of fresh water to it. And you can add other little flavorings. So again, as I say, you can do it with the ginger. You can add your citrus to that. And of course, you can sweeten it. I would say for those who, well, honey, if you have honey available to you, use the honey in the drink. If you can't afford the honey, then of course you can use the brown sugar. It's preferable. It's a little bit more healthier than the white sugar. In addition to that, for those of you who want additional nutrients, and you may want to add it too if you have young children in the home, so you want to make it more whole, more of a whole food, you can include protein in it. And that way you can include your milk. Now we're not talking about the condensed milk. Condensed milk you can add for flavor, but if you want to add additional nutrients, you want to add your whole milk to that. And so you will get your carrot punch there. That's basic. You can use a little nutmeg with it also.
Whole milk.
Whole milk. Or those of you very conscious about your fat intake, you can of course use low fat.
So what if I only have full cream? Like I remember talking about it, a lot of poor people out there.
Full cream, sure. You can whip up your milk, swizzle your milk.
That would work?
Of course, swizzle your milk and you add it to it.
Okay, so let me say I'm a blender in front of me right now, Miss Fair. I'm a blender in front of me.
Now you're talking.
Right, and I throw in, let me say about 4 nice carrots inside of it to blend up.
Yes.
Right, I throw in some full cream milk.
That's good.
Yeah, now whatever milk all you have and all you want to use, feel free. I just, narrowing it down for, the people who may not be able to afford. You know what I mean? The type of milk that some other people might be able to afford. So I just...
Yeah, you can go and buy your 1 pound milk or whatever, however you're getting it in the supermarket.
I'm narrowing it down to the full cream, you know what I mean? But whatever all you want to use. So right. So
because you can use your almond milk too, for those who can afford that.
That's my favorite right there. That's my favorite right there.
Yes.
So blender sets up, water in the blender, carrots in the blender, milk in the blender.
That's right. And you can add a little bit of cinnamon for flavor, a little bit of nutmeg for flavor.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, so we have some spices.
And you can also include a little bit of vanilla essence in that also.
Vanilla essence, excellent for taste bird. Wow. Do I have to put sugar?
Not necessary.
It varies.
But if you have a little bit of sweet tooth, you can add a bit.
So technically, if I was using the condensed milk, like the Alaskan,
if you are using condensed milk, no need for sugar.
Right, because that one is the original ideal thing we're using for the banana punch and whatnot.
That's right. But I always recommend when you're using the condensed milk, please, when we talk nutrients, please include the other milk with it. Your whole milk, like whatever brand you're using, include some of that. Because condensed milk is basically for flavoring, it's sugar. Plain sugar most of the time. So you don't deprive yourself of your nutrients. Include whole milk with your condensed milk. Mix the milk.
So we're making the punch just as we just make banana punch?
Yes, basically that.
So we just substitute the banana for carrots? Yes.
Well, some people may not like the grounds in it. So what you can do when you blend it, before you add all the other things, you can strain it and then use that to make. For those who do not like all the rough it, but by the way, it's better to have it that way because you are going to be getting your dietary fiber.
Good. And we're zooming in on carrot tonight, so I want to know about the carrot cake now. Tell us about how we're making the carrot cake.
The carrot cake, well, again, there's many different methods to the carrot cake. A simple one is basically the same thing. You take the normal cake recipe, and you would include your grated carrots in it. You can also include a little bit of raisin in that. Right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And the key to the making of the cake is really not in terms of beating it. So you want to get it, you want it moist, so you're not going to beat too much. You're not going to add too much of liquid in it also.
Right. Carrot cake for you.
So that's the basic recipe there.
All right. So we did the kitchen garden.
And
right
you can
now.
also include some nuts in your carrot cake also.
All that.
Yeah.
Vibes. Now we're in the kitchen garden now, and we're trying to see what is it we could use and make something nutritious, because you know what I mean, the money's hand to mouth, and you know you want to make like a paint up. You might want to put up like a Christmas bulb or something, and before you do that, you know what it is. You know what I mean? So we in the garden now, we in the kitchen garden, and we're watching to see the little things we have and see what we could possibly do with it. And of course we have this peer here with us, so she's trying to guide us of making the best out of the little that we have. So we in the garden, and guess what I see? Cucumbers. What can we do with our cucumbers?
So much you can do with the cucumbers.
Educate us.
Right. So let's start with the drink. And so again, you can do what we call a cucumber drink. It's a refreshing drink. So you can grate your cucumbers. And again, I like to say add a little bit of citrus to it and sweeten it, of course. Or if you don't want to sweeten it, just have it like that, which is excellent. So that's one way of making use of your cucumber. Make a nice, refreshing drink with that. Right? And nowadays, again, the ladies more than ever, but I'm advocating men do it too. They make the flavored water. So they put some of the cucumbers with the citrus again in their water. They put a couple slices of that, and they have it as a nice flavored water, which is excellent. And they use it for detoxing also. For
detoxing?
Yes, so cleansing.
I remember growing up, they always mention, they have a cliche that you cool like cucumber. Is it used as a cooling as well?
Yes, I use it, talk about cooling, yes.
Yeah,
it soothes actually. And again, for the eyes, it helps in that area too. I know it's health, but all that is health. So in terms of resting your eyes, in terms of taking out some of the dark circles around your eyes, you take 2 slices of cucumber, just lie back for a good 5 minutes and just relax your eyes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I remember one time, I think I was in college, either college or, I'm not sure, I don't think I was in SGU as yet, probably College of Happy Hills, and I went to do a facial, and the lady, she did her thing, mixed her herbs and so on, and then
natural.
she put it around my face, and then she cut a 2 slices of cucumber, and she put me under the light.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Nice.
great in terms of taking away the dark circles and calming you, cooling you, giving your eyes that rest that it needs.
I just quickly typed up on Google here, and I recognize benefits of cucumber. Keeps you hydrated, fights heat.
Yes.
Fights heat. So they get the cooling part of it, it fights heat. Flushes out toxin, and you just mentioned that.
Yes, excellent.
You know, it nourishes you with vitamins, it supplies skin-friendly minerals like magnesium and potassium. It aids in a weight loss.
Yes, and that's where we talk about the flavored water and the detox, because if you're detoxing, you will definitely start to lose some
aid in weight loss. Revive the eyes. Let me go back to the part about weight loss, because I know lots of people out there now, right now, they turning up the volume a little bit because they find me, or they come in my way, or they talking things that I need to know about.
Oh yeah.
I remember sometime I had an auntie who is now residing in the United States of America, and she had some weight at a point in time, and she decided that she would have lose her weight on her own. She got a little juicer. And she would usually juice up some cucumber, cucumber and grapefruit. Cucumber and grapefruit, and she juiced up that, and she drinking that just so. And then she lost a lot of weight.
Okay. Before we get into it, I want to say that there's no magic food, by the way, but there are some foods that do help a lot in certain areas. And cucumber and grapefruit, because of the low caloric content of it to begin with. So you don't have sugars there. Well, not much, I should say. So you can actually use it as a weight loss aid. As we said, cucumbers is used to help with detoxing. And so it would really help to release all the old chemicals that you would have placed in your body. And that definitely helps. I don't know if you have that, but it also helps with the skin.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
you see that there. Right.
Great. So we in the kitchen and we peeping outside and see what's going on in the kitchen garden, because we figuring out ways to make the best out of the little that we have for this Christmas. I know a lot of people out there like me who don't have much cash, and you're finding ways to stay healthy, you're finding ways to be happy, you're finding ways to get around just like anybody else who would have the cash. So guess what? We learned so much about carrots already. We just learned a whole lot about cucumber. Now we're still looking in the kitchen garden.
And cucumber is so very versatile. I don't want to leave because we didn't get to the point where you can actually make a salad with it.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Well, based on the time I see remaining here, we have 10 more minutes. And I like to round it up to about 8, because then we have to make a little room for the entry of the obituaries. So I'm seeing other things in the garden right now. I'm seeing peppers, I'm seeing tomatoes, I'm seeing sweet potatoes, I'm seeing like a green fig, I'm seeing like a callaloo.
Oh.
I don't know if I should go on.
Great, go
but
on.
These are the things. Yam, I'm seeing yam vine, I'm seeing pumpkin vine. You know, I don't want to go on too much because not too much of a big garden, but tell me, what can I do with the little that I have?
So good. So just today actually, one of my students, I placed on the board green fig grumble, and I was like, what's that? And I said, that's to replace your macaroni pie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
I didn't know there was something that could have replaced macaroni pie.
oh, there are so much things that can replace macaroni pie. All local, all cheap, all free sometimes.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. Nice. So tell us more about it, and keep to what they in the garden was seeing, eh?
Yes.
The little tomatoes and the little callaloo and the pumpkin vine and the
and the carrots and the
we do the carrots already. We do the cucumber already.
Right.
So all I need today is to round it up for me and give me something nice that I could make the best out of it.
Okay, I'm seeing so much things there.
Well, that was
so let me talk.
My mind
We're getting a whole menu there.
All right.
So you talk about the callaloo. Mm-hmm. We can use the callaloo in twist. Christmas time coming and you want to have a nice three-course dinner or fancy dinner home.
Three-course dinner?
That's right.
What we have in the kitchen garden there?
With what you call that?
Whoa.
So let's talk about the callaloo now. You make a nice cream of callaloo soup. You put in a big set of yam and dumpling in that soup. Mm-hmm. Because it's Christmas time and you want to impress now.
Right.
So you make a nice little cream of callaloo.
And usually when you go to the restaurant, they give you a callaloo soup as
an appetizer. That's right.
Big people think, but whoa.
That's right.
Go ahead. I love
so you're going to use that. You can use that now, your callaloo, as your appetizer. So that's you take care of that now. If we go down to your main dish now. So your staple there, you call green bananas. So let's talk about green bananas. Let me give you an idea that you can use. You can make that same green banana grumble that I talk about. So you're going to boil your bananas, and just as how you dice your potatoes for your potato salad, you're going to dice that banana, and you're going to have your seasoning like your onions, your garlic, those same thing that you put in a macaroni pie. You're going to slice it, slice the onion, crush the garlic, and we're going to saute that. And now if you have your carrots there, you incorporate that same carrot in your green banana. So you boil, of course you boil the green bananas, you boil the carrot, and you dice the bananas, you slice the carrot, you saute, and when I say saute, I'm talking about you use a little bit of fat, and you put your little onion and garlic and so in it, and whatever other seasoning that you fancy. So you saute that up, you put your bananas in that, you put your cheese in it, you mix that up with your cheese, you put an egg there to bind it, and if you want you can add a little milk in it. And there you have, that's correct. And there you have an excellent local dish.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Straight from the
much more nutrients than macaroni. And you're not going to be suffering from leaky stomach and all the rest that you can get in consuming the gluten stuff.
A healthy way.
Healthy and cheap.
And cheap.
Or free sometimes too.
Oh, I can see the product dish, right? Yeah, trust me. Looking good, it's smelling good.
And tasting good.
And tasting good too.
And nutritious. What else could you ask for?
Use ours. You is a boss, Miss Pierre. Miss Pierre, you is a boss. So just say take the kitchen garden and you give me a 3-course meal.
You're getting your 3-course, all appetizer, everything.
The full
and
works.
look really good.
I want that dessert.
Really,
I want that dessert.
Dessert.
I
You
want
talk
that
about
dessert.
sweet potatoes.
Yes, give me
We're
dessert.
making our pudding, our corn. So again, for your sweet potato pone, of course, you grate your potatoes. You have your coconut milk. You have a little black pepper or so, your little ginger there, a little bit of cinnamon there, and you're going to mix that, of course, with some water or coconut milk preferably. And voila, you put it to bake and you have...
Did you just say voila?
Voila!
Wow.
Tasty.
No.
All local.
Did Miss Pierre just say voila? You in tune, man. You in tune. You don't know that tune at all. You're well in tune.
All local.
No. Healthy indeed. That must
And that's your Christmas dessert.
just like that. And we did say we was making carrot juice to begin with.
Yeah, you can do your carrot juice.
Right.
So you can use the same cucumber to make a refreshment.
I wonder if we had also purchased that in a restaurant, if it would be as cheap and free.
No. You're looking at, I'm just approximate price now. Cheapest, you talk maybe about 150 cheapest.
Yeah.
Cheapest.
150 cheapest.
And let me tell you, when the foreigners visit our land, that's what they want.
That's what they come for.
Exactly. Because it's all good, it's all healthy, and it's right there.
I'm telling you, Grenadian people, I'm telling you, the rest of the world, we have to eat what we grow what we eat.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Excellent.
Think self and health. Yeah?
Very true.
And of course, tune in every Monday night at 6 o'clock and get educated on many ways of using the little that we have to make the best out of it and live in a superior way by eating properly, making the right choice in food, and of course, eating at a certain intake, not no gluttonous behavior.
Yes, you want portion size.
Yeah, portion size. Do you hear it? Portion size. Miss Pierre, oh Lord, it is always a pleasure to sit here and chat with you on a Monday night. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are enjoying this program as usual. There's a lot of people that look forward to this program every Monday night. I know there's people up in my area that always tune in, and when I reach out, as soon as I pull in my driveway, people outside are ready to give a tongue. They know everything. You know what I mean?
And I also look forward to be with the Grenada. It's excellent.
Nice.
Just sitting, talking about health here.
That's awesome. Well, of course, this is where we pull the curtains down for Monday the 28th of November. Let's Talk Health right here on Magic FM with Ms. Joslyn Pierre, aka also known as, in case you didn't know, also known as, aka Ms. Joslyn Foray. Of course, she's a well-known
And I have a string. I said it's Powerhouse Pear. Powerhouse Pear.
I think she put on she big nice kind of Gucci shades there, eh? Oh Lord, thank you a lot, Ms. Pierre. And of course, next Monday evening we'll be doing it all over again, learning new ways and new means to keep our body healthy, you know what I mean, and enjoy a healthier lifestyle than the usual day-to-day that some of us are indulging, you know what I mean. So thank you a lot. Of course, in a very short we're going to have the evening obituaries. Yep, in a very short we're going to have the obituaries. So we say thanks and we wait for MTV to link up live.